Welcome, I'm Stan Hargis. This is East Leroy, Michigan. Welcome to the Outpost Treehouse. Okay, this is the kitchenette area. We wanted to keep it as small as possible because of the space. So we have a little sink or refrigerator. We put a few drinks to keep cold. And the cabinet was custom built. It's got an old-fashioned melt paint, they call it. Countertop is it's made of a zinc type material. It creates a patina as it ages. And then we've got all the containers with the different drinks, tea, cocoa, decaf, and caffeinated coffee, and various cups and wine glasses. We have some accent lighting. It's LED, controlled by a switch panel here, and it's run off a battery and a solar system. You know, it gets cold in Michigan in the wintertime, so we needed to find a suitable system to heat, and I eventually came across a small furnace that they make in Canada from Detson is the name of the company. It's a 15,000 BTU furnace, and it works fine. Works fine for this small space, 15,000 BTU. It was basically going to be for us, the family, and then after 3 years it was getting to the point where, this is going to be finished, and what do we want to do with it? About 3 years into it, I did think about Airbnb. I was aware of the service, so we had the idea of using Airbnb. And that's what we did after we completed it. The reason we did that, the reason we wanted to offer this place to other people, is we were kind of proud of it and we wanted to share it. And we like the idea of showing off our place, and we love to hear people write about how they love staying here, and that's really you can't put a price on that. My wife she basically manages the place. I built it, it was my dream, but she's filled in the details, and she loves to do the organization, and she loves hospitality. She loves providing the breakfast and making sure things are clean. This is an open cabinet we use for books, and we have games underneath. We have snacks. We have some more kits that my wife makes up for the campfire. Some water. It's silverware, plates, and she usually makes some kind of a continental breakfast. Muffins or scones or cinnamon rolls are really good too. Over here we have an old chair that we acquired, and it's very comfortable. You can use to nap or read a book. This is a bed frame that I built out of cedar, and we wanted a frame so that we could store things underneath it. So it's got a lot of area underneath. It's raised a little bit higher than what you'd normally find in a bed. Because it's a small space, storage is premium. We have two nightstands, one on each side with lamps. So it gets hot in Michigan in the summer, so we do provide air conditioning. It works very well. We have Wi-Fi, unlimited, and we have a Roku streaming TV. You can log in and stream Netflix or anything else. Table, chairs. If somebody's on business, they can use it for writing, laptop, or just for eating, snacking. The ceiling is interesting. We decided to go with open rafter design because of the small space, and it just gives it more area, more a feeling of openness. I built these in the winter time. I actually constructed or cut all the rafters in our barn, and then brought it up here. And it was snowing. We had to have a tarp over the structure, and we placed the rafters in a snowstorm, I remember. But then we have a 1x pine on the roof, And then above that we have insulated foam, 2 inches of hard foam. And then above that we have an OSB and a shingle roof. So it gives us a little bit of insulation. It's not the best, but it's sufficient for, for our purpose. And it just gives it an openness. The original purpose, or the original idea of the cabin or the treehouse was to make it off-grid. So we put in batteries and a solar panel and DC lighting. The lightings, I wanted to be a little bit unique on the lights, so I used Campbell's soup cans and painted them black and put LED lights in them for the main lights in here. And then we have some accent lights, LED, and above the cabinet we have outdoor deck lights controlled by the switch panel too, and that's all DC. What inspired me to build the outpost? Well, it goes back a long time. I remember camping with my parents and my brother when we were kids, and we used to take hikes, and my dad was always impressed with the construction of the shelters that you would find on the way during the hike. And he always wanted to build a similar structure, a shelter, on our farm. He never was able to do that. He died when I was very young, or fairly young, 12 years old. So he never really got to do that, but it was in my mind. And then when I got older, my future wife and I, we used to talk about building on this land. It was my mom's property at the time, and I wanted to purchase it eventually. So we would take walks down here from the farmhouse that we lived in, and we would talk about building on the land, and we talk about, my dad wanting to build a shelter back here on the hill. So that's always been in my mind. The walls are tongue and groove pine, and they're whitewashed. My son-in-law is a professional painter, and he did the whitewash, and then he clear coated that. The windows are all custom made. They're not purchased. The frame is bought. The window sill, I guess you call it. And then the whole frame structure are individually constructed for, I think there's 15 windows in this, trimmed out in cedar. We have a modern bathroom in here, including a shower behind me. I constructed it, and my son-in-law actually finished this. He's a professional, and he did the finish work. The interesting thing about the bathroom is it was an afterthought. It's actually built underneath the deck, the entry deck to the upstairs. Originally we were just going to have the staircase and then the deck in front of the door, and then we got to the point where we needed to install the roof, and we decided that we should install a wraparound deck. This is the, we call it the glamping tent. We built the platform last year, and we ordered the tent from Colorado. It's a 12 by 14, and the purpose is to provide additional sleeping area. We have accommodations for 2 people in the tree house, but if they want to bring, kids, or if there's another couple that want to come with them, then we have the option of the tent, which is, if you look inside, it's pretty nice, and it has air conditioning too. So you open up the windows inside, and you can see that you're in the forest. And these pines, there are 3,000 pines here, and they were planted about 30 years ago by my kids and their friends. It was a fundraiser, and I paid them to do it. And they planted all these trees in about 4 hours, I think it was. The guest room really isn't suitable for cooking, so we did provide a grill for outdoor cooking. The Weber grill works great. The treehouse sits in the middle of a 65-acre working farm, soybeans or corn or alfalfa. And we also have We have trails that we keep mowed that guests can walk in the woods. We have, you can see in the back, a hammock, fire pit, which is a very popular amenity. We do provide a bundle of wood to get started. One thing that I'm most proud of is the flagpole. I went out and cut the tree down, and I took the bark off, and then I put tar on the bottom of it and stuck it in the ground, and so that's our flagpole. And we want it to give the guest a feel of they're at an outpost, like out west. So we needed the flag. We wanted to have the feeling that they're in a state park, among the trees, and just the way that we have the posts separating the drive and the treehouse itself. So just give them that outpost state park feel. We've used the money mostly to put back into it. So we're still expanding. We do have future plans. So we're putting money back into it. You know, we built the treehouse, and then we built the tent. But what's missing here is a place to cook. We do have a grill, but it's you know, outside. So the future plan is to construct a 2-story outdoor kitchen that's next to the treehouse, with a connecting deck between the two. So it'll be a full kitchen outdoors under the roof. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, go to Airbnb and search for Outpost Treehouse. I hope this was helpful. Thanks.